Hello, class. I'm here to talk to you guys about the book that we've been assigned this semester, and a great book at that, was Citizen, an American Lyric. It's filled with poems, anecdotes, stories, examples, explanations of prejudice against black people in America. And Claudia Rankine, the author, is using what I like to call a unique approach in terms of her argument and how she's presenting it. Because I noticed that as I was reading the book and myself, I was starting to get somewhat confused when I was first starting. And then I realized, oh, there are a bunch of poems and they're just stories. And I can kind of see that prejudice and racism was the focus of the book. I still couldn't relatively understand until I started reading more and more. And then I realized, oh, she's just simply stating the experience and what happened objectively. And but even the objectively, you can see how wrong it is morally. And I noticed that in her argument, she used that to her advantage. She made it a point, or not made it a point, but left out explanations and context in order to just simply put the experience out there and let the experience speak for itself. Now, this is a pretty good method if you're good at writing, and she did it very well. She provided many examples, many anecdotes, even talked about Serena Williams in the beginning, and she used all these things to make her point that microaggressions and racism exist on all forms and all scales and sizes. And because of her lack of explanation and context, it is much harder for the reader to understand. But when the reader finally does understand, they realize, wow, I didn't even need to be explained or given context to figure out what her argument was, which makes her argument that much stronger. Now, the weakness to that is that because she didn't explain and because she didn't provide context, readers could get turned off or not fully comprehend what she's trying to talk about. There were moments in the book myself where I was struggling to really understand what she was really exactly trying to say, because I try to find exact lines or exact quotes from her specifically, but because she just used anecdotes, I couldn't really gauge how she felt about the situation. Now I realize I don't need it, because by the end of the book, I realized exactly what the argument was. I realized everything that she wanted to say was said, even if she didn't say it herself or write it herself. And the beauty of this book is that all the arguments that she used were just simply a way to get the reader to understand fully naturally and not have to guide him through it. Because yes, it is good to guide a reader through and for them to fully comprehend, but sometimes a point is made stronger when the reader figures it out for themselves. And I think that was her overall goal when it comes to writing this book. And like I said, it lacked a little bit of comprehension. There was not enough context sometimes, and explanations could have been provided. But overall, she got through into the reader's thoughts. She appealed to the reader, used her language well. She also used you in the beginning of the book to establish that every time she said you, she was speaking to you, even if it was talking about a black person. She just wanted you to basically be in the shoes of prejudice against black people in America. And because of that, I applaud her and I give her full respect for taking this unique approach on this argument. And I just want to thank you, and I'll see you guys.